only
Yeah.
have to wait 10 minutes.
Like,
I don't know, I'm not really confident. Or will it be the bottomless chicken? I'm going to go 14.
Still on their socks, I stroll. They have to pit again for.
Morning team, happy Monday. I have just come back from a gym class and I'm about to tuck into what looks quite interesting. I got it from the market yesterday. It's a shio pan, so that's that salt bread that you've seen me make a couple of times. Looks nothing like as good as this. But this has, to be honest, I've forgotten what it has, but it's by a new vendor in Crystal Palace food market that's on every Sunday. And as soon as I saw that she sells shio pan, I was like, yeah, I need to try it. And it looks perfect. Look how neat it looks, right? Smells garlicky. I think there's spinach in there. I think there's pepper and cream cheese and or egg. But yeah, I'm about to tuck in and have my cup of green tea and I'm ready to sort of get settled for the working day and the working week, as I do obviously work a full-time job alongside making this this content. See you at lunch, I guess. Just a verdict on this before I start work. It tastes great. I also am happy to see that the base of it looks similar to what mine looks like. I mean, the top really doesn't. This looks way neater. But yeah, basically room for improvement, but I'm hopeful that I can get better at this recipe for sure. Hello team, it is Monday after work and it's been a busy one. I finished making a green papaya with prawn, green bean salad, delicious, a fusion of sort of Thai and Japanese. It's a mishmash basically of ingredients. I made enough for 2 nights, but it's one of those where I couldn't stop eating the salad. It was really good. Now I'm left with like a third of what I had. Anyway, quick story time. This is such a small thing, but still it made me smile. So my local Sainsbury's was shut due to some sort of technical issue. And so I basically had to think where else to go. I went to the grocers. They sell basically vegetables and some other products around the corner. I usually don't go there because I always assume it's more expensive. I went in, I found some herbs that I needed for the salad. To pick those out, I was at the till. The guy there must have been able to see that I was eyeing up the cherries for some time. Cherries, when they're good, are my favorite fruit. So I was eyeing those up, paid for my herbs, and then he gave me a cherry to go away with. I know this is so small, but these little moments can kind of make your day. That was basically my good story of the day, wholesome moment. And these are the very sad looking remnants of the salad. Like I said, just a third in this very big bowl. Hello team, back on camera at peak time as it's right after work, so there's a lot of traffic, so I'll be very quick. As you know, I don't like to film in this public arena that much unless it's a park. I'm on my way to the Victory
in East Dulwich, which is a relaunched pub. I believe it was called Franklin's before, and it was like a well-known neighborhood gem for a really long time. And then the owners, or the owner, retired, and now it's been made into a new place called Victory, meant to have amazing gastropub food. So I'm very excited about it, and I think it's one of those, well, those rare few positive stories, as it isn't a pub or a restaurant that's closed and taken over by a completely different business. It is a different business, but this happened quite organically from my understanding. So yeah, good news.
Have you,
Just very simple.
it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that's what she said. Maybe there's a way for me. No, go ahead.
Morning, team. Happy Thursday. I will make this quick because I'm out in public and I'm about to reach the train station. So we have a limited amount of time. A highlight from last night. Randomly, my friend and I were talking about SNL UK. I don't know if anyone watching this watches it, but it's been absolutely brilliant. Anyway, we were talking about just that, and the weirdest thing happened. I then went into the toilets, and I saw one of the cast members. And I was like, I had to do a double take, and bless her, I think I must have done a bit of like a light stare to make sure it's her. I was like, oh my god, are you from SNL UK? And then, I gave her some praise, and I was like, you guys are doing such a great job, and there was so much pressure on you guys to, as a comparison to SNL US, which obviously has been running for 51 years now. And so yes, I was like, there's so much pressure on you guys, but you guys have done a brilliant job. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're great. And I obviously walked away from that interaction feeling like such a buzz. I love SNL. I know it's had, it has mixed reviews here in the UK, but I've always enjoyed it. Obviously not all the skits are funny, but the ones that are quotable for years to come. Anyway, I feel like SNL UK has the potential of achieving that. And yeah, I just wanted her to know that. Anyway, very random little highlight of the night, but how strange that we were talking about it and then I walk into the bathroom and I see one of the cast members. Anyway, one of the many reasons I love London.
Hello, team. It's Thursday after work, which can only mean that it'll be Friday tomorrow. I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm back home from work and I'm gonna eat some leftovers, some delicious leftovers. And look, she's messy. She's a messy girl. But is she delicious? Yes, she is. And yes, sorry that I'm gendering my omelet. This is basically a tortilla kind of omelet with potatoes and loads of onions. In my reel/short, I had it in a panini, put some aioli, heated up the panini in the oven, put some aioli on top. The garlic seeps in. We add the omelet in. It tastes great. Very simple. Would absolutely slap with a hangover. I think it could cure all hangovers. Not that I've got one, but I'm just saying. So yeah, I'm about to settle in and I'm gonna watch the World Cup opening ceremony, which no doubt will be a bit strange. But I did also want to come on to review yesterday's meal at the Victory. So as I mentioned, it's a great positive story that the Victory is a gastropub that hasn't opened to replace a business that's gone out of business, but it's kind of replaced a long-standing neighborhood gem. So it had a lot of pressure riding on it. It's had amazing reviews. That's great. And I'm not one to poo-poo on a new and local business. I will say though, it is very overpriced. I do think that, London prices sometimes do have gotten out of hand. And I was saying this to a colleague today that it's So much more likely that you walk out of a meal thinking, why did I spend all this money? Instead of, oh my God, what great value for money, you know? And yeah, Did the food taste good? Yes, but I would have shaved at least 30 pounds off the bill. We didn't even drink much. My friend drank, I think he had 3 drinks, I had 1. Then we had a gilda each, which was basically a big green olive, a green chili, sorry, and a smoked eel, a piece of smoked eel. It was nice. It was basically like finger food vibes. We got that. We got a starter of steak tartare, which was really good. For the main, we got a chicken to share, which came in 2 parts. The first part was the chicken breasts of it all, and then the chicken legs. Now, the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't know why they've done it this way. I don't know why it has to be a 2-parter when it's chicken, you know? I will say the first part was by far the better part, which is a bit of a shame. You kind of want to finish on a high. But anyway, the chicken breasts were, yeah, nice and tender, juicy. The sauce was really good, had a bit of tarragon in, was nice and creamy. Very French cuisine vibes, and then had some girole mushrooms soaking in the sauce as well. It was great to kind of mop it up with bread. Yeah, really, really good sauce. That was, I think, the highlight for me. And then the chicken legs arrived. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, the first part of that chicken 2-parter was the best part, and I would have preferred it the other way around. The chicken legs were okay. The skin was quite nice, but mine was very, very pink. And we did ask if it was meant to look that way, and the waitress said that it's due to it being an older chicken, and that's just how it comes out. I don't know. But the weird part is that on the menu, it's called a poulet jeune, which means it's a young chicken. So I don't know, dubious. But yeah, anyway, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. And then for dessert, we had a milfait with mango, which was good too. Mango and cream, obviously. Chantilly cream inside. It was good. I will say, though, that it did not deserve 175 pounds as a whole meal. So yeah, I wouldn't go again. I'm glad that they're doing well and they've had positive reviews. However, for me, it's overpriced. And yeah, I'm losing my patience with overpriced things. And I just want to have a few meals where I really feel like it's good value for money. Anyway, that's my review. I shall settle in, and eat my omelet. There's some action happening here with the onions as well. They definitely have grown and seem to be bigger than the tiny, tiny ones I had last year. But are they okay to pull? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's test it out. Still tiny. Still tiny.